guys, I hope that you're well. Welcome back to my channel if you are a regular watcher, and if you're new here, my name is Lucy. I'm a YouTuber and a blogger, Instagrammer, that sort of thing. I make videos 2 or 3 times a week, and I'd love to have you here if you enjoy what you see, so do click the subscribe button below if you do. So today's video is going to be an Invisalign braces Q&A. I have Invisalign braces. If you don't know much about them, then I'll pop a link to some of the other Invisalign videos that I've done below, because I'm not going to go into what they actually are and how they work. I'm just going to answer the questions that I'm constantly getting asked, mostly over on Instagram, but also in the comments on my other Invisalign videos. So I thought I would answer all those questions here in one place so that you can just keep coming back to it if you have a question. So the first question, and probably one of the most popular ones, was, do they hurt? Now, if you do watch my other Invisalign videos, I have talked about the pain that I've had from Invisalign, but it does vary person to person. So I've actually got 2 best friends that also have Invisalign. Both of them don't have really a lot of pain at all. Now I don't have a great deal of pain, but at the beginning I had quite a lot of pain. Now I think I do have quite sensitive teeth, so anything that I was having done to my teeth, whether it was cleaning or having them filed, or of course having the braces put in, it kind of hurt. You're going to get some sort of pain, and I guess it just depends on what your pain threshold is or what you consider to be a lot of pain. So with Invisalign braces, the trays change either every week or every 2 weeks, depending on what your dentist or orthodontist advises. And of course that tray doesn't exactly fit your mouth because it's moving your teeth, so you're going to get some sort of pain. It's not unbearable. I think for the probably the first 2 or 3 months was probably the most pain, because that's probably the most movement they were doing, and after then you just kind of get used to it a little bit more. I also found that the odd tray would just be a little bit sharp on my gums, and I'd end up with a few ulcers or cuts in my mouth. But yeah, overall the pain is very minimal. So the next one was asked by a lot of people as well. It's how long until you noticed a difference? So I actually noticed a difference within probably the first month. I actually noticed such a difference quite quickly, especially with my top teeth on this side. I guess because my top teeth were a lot straighter than the bottom teeth, I did notice a change quite quickly, and I do think that everybody does notice initial changes really quickly, and then you kind of go for a period where you don't think much is happening, and then you kind of start looking back at the beginning and you're like, oh my god, my mouth has changed so much. Are they only for when your teeth are slightly crooked? So no, I will pop a little picture on of what my teeth were like before and a picture of what they were like sort of halfway through. No, as you can see, mine were very crooked. My Invisalign dentist actually said to me that mine were on like the worst scale of crooked, if that makes sense. My top teeth weren't too bad, they were still crooked but not too bad, but my bottom teeth were very overcrowded. I also had baby teeth, so yeah, they're not just for if your teeth are slightly crooked. You can have them if you have quite a severe crooked situation, but your dentist will tell you whether you are eligible for Invisalign or not. So the next one was really interesting actually. It was, do people notice that you have braces? So I don't know if you realised, but I'm actually still wearing my Invisalign because I'm not quite finished, and I'm pretty sure that you haven't noticed that I'm wearing them. They are so not noticeable, even with attachments. So attachments are like little ceramic dots that they put on your teeth to help your braces move your teeth, and even with them it's really quite difficult to notice that somebody's wearing Invisalign. Okay, the next question, I'm really glad somebody asked this because I think this is something that people get really confused about. So this question was, is it strange to eat with your Invisalign in? So just to clear up that question, you do not eat with your Invisalign in. You wouldn't even be able to eat properly because you wouldn't be able to bite properly because they're not very sharp, not as sharp as your normal teeth. And also the food would just get all inside the brace. You wouldn't be able to chew properly. It wouldn't work. So no, you do not eat with them in. It would be awful if you did. The next question was, did you get Invisalign because you were getting married? So I think getting married pushed me to get them, but I've actually wanted them. I've wanted braces and straight teeth for a really long time, and I was finally kind of in a financial position to be able to get them. And yes, my wedding was a big push for me to get them because I wanted to be able to smile and be confident in the photos. So that brings me on to the next question, which was, did you have a break from Invisalign for your wedding? So initially we thought that my Invisalign might be nearly finished by my wedding, which was last August, but actually I had quite a long way to go by the time I got there, and he said I could definitely take them out for the day if I wanted to, but actually it's really weird. I'm very attached to them now, and when I don't have my Invisalign braces in, I just feel a little bit weird. And I also think if I'm going to take them out for the day, I'm going to be in pain for the night when I put them back in, because your teeth do move that quickly. So I actually just left them in for my wedding day and nobody noticed at all. There's me like sat at the top table yanking them out to eat my roast pork. Yeah, I just wore them and I felt confident with them in, and it just didn't really bother me at all. What did you have to have done at the dentist prior to getting Invisalign? So my dentist for Invisalign is different to my normal dentist. So my Invisalign dentist did say to me that if I needed any dental work doing, or if I wanted to get my teeth professionally cleaned before I got Invisalign, that they would recommend to do that first before getting anything. So if I had like a problem tooth where I thought I needed a filling, I needed to get that done first, because obviously if I then needed a filling whilst I had Invisalign, they'd have to give me all new trays because they wouldn't fit. So it's worth going to your normal dentist to get your normal checkup, make sure that your gums are healthy, your teeth are healthy. It's worth getting a clean as well because it can help. But yeah, I didn't actually need to get anything done before I had my Invisalign. I just had my teeth cleaned and yeah, then I was good to go. I actually have 2 baby teeth as well that are still in my mouth, so that is actually why my mouth is so overcrowded at the bottom, because I do have baby teeth. But my dentist looked at them, said they were really healthy, there was no need to take them out, so they are just sitting there in between my other teeth quite nicely. So the next set of questions were the questions that I received the most of, and I was expecting it because I think most people initially need to know how much it's going to cost. So all of these questions are all around the price, but I just wanted to kind of put a little disclaimer on this. Obviously what I paid isn't what you're going to pay everywhere. It's just like anything, the price is different all over. I had quotes from 6,000 down to 3,000, and yeah, it varies completely wherever you go. I will pop a link to my dentist below where I go and where I believe I got a really good price. But yeah, do bear in mind that obviously the prices are different for everyone and wherever you go. So the first question around price was, were you gifted your Invisalign? Were you paid to get them, or were you discounted to get your Invisalign in any way? And I just wanted to throw that out there right now that no, I didn't get any discount. I wasn't paid to get Invisalign and they weren't gifted to me. I paid with all my own money. This is not a paid collaboration at all. I wish it was, to be honest, because then I wouldn't have to spend so much money. But no, it wasn't a collaboration or anything like that. It was all my own money. And just while I'm on that, if it was a paid thing or a gifted thing or a discounted thing, then I would disclose that and tell you that up front before kind of showing you my teeth and making these videos. Okay, so on to the biggest question that I obviously got asked: how much did it cost? So for everything, including retainers afterwards, including all of the Invisalign trays, including any extra trays that I've had to have, and also whitening afterwards, is £3,200. Like I said, it could be very different. I had quotes from all over the place, so it's definitely worth getting different quotes from different dentists and different clinics. There is also an option to get Invisalign Lite, but I don't know that much about it, so I don't want to really tell you too much, but I do know that it's a cheaper version because it's for people who only need a few minor adjustments, and it means that you need less trays. But I believe with Invisalign Lite, because you agree to have less trays and you're paying a cheaper price, that if you needed any more additional trays, I think you have to pay on top. But yeah, like I said, I don't know that much about it, and that's just how much mine cost. So the next question was, can the price change? So I believe at my clinic, no, the price can't change, but again, you'd have to check with your own clinic. I'm pretty sure that once you've paid the full price, anything extra that you need, you don't have to pay for. Obviously, if you then needed dental work after, like fillings, tooth extractions, etc., you'd have to pay for that separately. So that kind of answers the next question, did you pay extra for refinements? So refinements are for when you've finished the initial process. So I think I had like 27 trays in my initial kind of like tooth movement process, and then they still weren't like 100% straight, so they then rescan and give you more trays. That's what's called a refinement, and no, I didn't have to pay extra for any refinements. So the next question around pricing again, was there a flexible or monthly payment plan? So again, it does vary with every clinic, but my dentist, which is linked below, does offer a flexible payment plan. Most of them do, because I don't think a lot of people have a spare £3.5 grand in their bank to spend on their teeth. So yeah, most of them do a flexible plan. I didn't take out a finance option or anything. My dentist actually advised me that if I put down a decent deposit, so I think I put down like a third, then paid installments as and when, and then finish paying for it before they finish. Did that make any sense? Then yeah, then that's how I did it. So I didn't have to take out like a finance plan or anything, because I was moving house at the time and I didn't really want another direct debit coming out, so I just pay as and when. I just pay like little lump sums off. Did you look at cheaper alternatives? So yes, I did. I'm quite glad that people have asked this actually, because I did look at a company called Your Smile Direct, and I'm not going to go into loads of detail, but they were quite shocking with the customer service, and after a lot of investigation I kind of realised that when it comes to your teeth, you want to be seeing a dentist or an orthodontist, and with Your Smile Direct you don't see a dentist or orthodontist. It's all done sort of via email and on the phone, and yeah, I just wasn't really that comfortable with it. They also said that my teeth were too wonky for them to do anything, so So the next question is it awkward taking them out in public? So I probably don't find it awkward enough, if that makes sense. I think I'm just so used to it. I'll just sit in a coffee shop and yank them out and then be like, oh, that was a bit gross. I've got drool like hanging off it. Yeah, it is. At first I found it really awkward and I was so embarrassed, and I would like go to the toilet, take them out, put them in a little box, and you know, that would be like, I'd hide away and do it. But these days I literally just like look down, pull them out. I can do it so easily. I can literally just like pull them out into my hand, or get a tissue and pull them out. So somebody has asked, if I did it again, would I get train tracks instead? So no, I wouldn't. I really love the whole concept of Invisalign. There are pros and cons to both of them, but I just think it's such a bespoke thing. For me, being in front of the camera and having to talk a lot, I think with train tracks it would have driven me crazy. I think I would have been in a lot of pain. But the pros are, with train tracks, it's a lot quicker, for some people anyway. For my teeth it would have been a lot quicker. I probably would have had them off by my wedding by now. But yeah, I don't find Invisalign a big chore or anything. I'm kind of looking forward to being finished, because I obviously want to have my teeth really straight, but I do enjoy wearing them and I wouldn't choose train tracks over them. Are you having a fixed or a removable retainer afterwards? So I am going to go for a removable retainer, because I think I'm going to be really strict with them. The reason I don't really want to get a fixed one is, so if you don't know what a fixed retainer is, it's where they put a bar at the back of your teeth, so it's like a metal bar, and it basically stops your teeth from moving so that they stay nice and straight forever. But I've just heard a few horror stories about the bar pinging off all the time, and because my dentist isn't in my town, it's quite far, I don't think I'm gonna risk it. And I think because I'm gonna be so strict with my retainer at night time, yeah, I just think that that's probably the best option for me. But if I do find that I'm not wearing my retainer, then I'm gonna go and get the fixed one. Why did you choose Invisalign instead of veneers? So actually, this is a good question, because for like my whole kind of like school, college, early 20s, I was like, I am gonna get veneers. I'm saving for veneers and that is it. And I think it's probably because Invisalign wasn't around, or I didn't really know about it then. And I just kind of always wanted like Cheryl Cole veneers basically. The reason I didn't get veneers is because I do have really healthy teeth. I've never had any fillings or anything, so there's no reason for me to kind of like get rid of my own teeth and have false ones there. I know that they're very different now. I'm pretty sure they don't shave your teeth down to like little pegs now, and they kind of like go on top, but there just wasn't any reason for me to need to get veneers. I'm going to kind of save that for when I'm like an old lady. So the next question, will you always have to wear a retainer? As I said earlier, yes, I will have to wear a retainer for the rest of my life, which sounds like a life sentence, but I think I'm gonna actually really enjoy it. And one good thing about having Invisalign and having to already wear them is that I'm gonna be used to wearing a retainer, like so, because obviously this is like a retainer. I'm just kind of used to putting something in my mouth, and it also helps if you grind your teeth at night, which I do, and it's really helped me stop grinding my teeth. Next question, do you get a lisp when wearing them? So obviously I've worn them for this whole video and I don't really have much of a lisp. I think it's there very, very slightly. I do normally get, it's quite prominent when I put in a new tray. I don't know why that is. I guess it's because your teeth are in a slightly newer position. And also if I think about it, like now I feel like I've gone really lispy because I'm thinking about it, if that makes any sense at all. But no, I don't think it's given me a tremendous lisp. Everybody's different though. Everybody's mouth shape's different, their teeth shape's different, their tongue's different. So some people do get a bit of a lisp with it, but it doesn't really bother me. Oh, next question. I actually don't know the answer. I'm gonna have to Google it. Can you have just your top teeth done? 1 second. Okay, yes, it looks like you can. There's something called Invisalign Express, so I think that might be a little bit like Invisalign Lite. It says it's for only upper teeth. So there you go, yes you can. What happens next to maintain your teeth? So as I said at the beginning, I'm still not actually finished with my Invisalign. I'm on my second set of refinements. And the reason for that isn't because the Invisalign hasn't worked, but it's just because once you kind of finished your initial set, you can then go on to get your teeth even straighter, if that makes any sense. It's really hard to explain, but if you're just not happy with how straight they are and you think you can get them straighter, or your dentist thinks they can get them straighter, then they will do that for you, and these are called refinements. So yeah, I am on my second lot of refinements. I have got 10 trays left and then I should be all finished. So after that, like I said, I will have to wear a retainer at night time every night for the rest of my life to keep my teeth straight and stop them moving. I'm also having some whitening done after because my teeth aren't really that white, so I just kind of want them a little bit whiter and straighter. But other than that, that is it. Once I finish, that is pretty much all I need to do to maintain my straight teeth. Obviously, I'll still need to go to the dentist and have all the normal kind of things done. And the last question that I'm going to answer, and obviously was asked by so many people, is have you got some before and after pictures? And I am not finished yet, so obviously I'm only going to show you the now, and I'll pop some pictures on of what my teeth were like before, but this is them now. I've got my braces in still, don't forget. So they're pretty straight. It's so weird doing this on camera. As you can see, like, they are pretty much in line. So we're trying to get this tooth to move at the moment because it's being a little bit stubborn. So this one needs to come forward, and a few of these need to also kind of fall in line, but really happy with them so far. So that is it. I have answered all your Invisalign braces questions. I hope that it has been helpful. Obviously, if you do have any more questions that I haven't answered, pop them below and I will try to answer them as best I can. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.